got that G, got my nullos. I'm just saying. We pull up to the scene, they be filled with jealousy. If a bitch get
stop
finicky, she gon' bring the energy. I hit a phone with a
3, 2, 1, action.
Dear light.
And I'm back for another video, and I hope you guys are having a good time. Welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments below, guys. The title of this video is how to sell puts. How to sell puts. Okay, we've talked about how to buy puts. We've talked about how to sell calls or sell covered calls. Now let's talk about how to sell puts. Okay, when it comes to selling puts, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not really a fan of it, just because if you don't have the intention of owning that stock and the strike price gets to that point, you have no choice than to buy the stock whether you like it or not. So please, whenever you go into selling puts, just have it at the back of your mind that you have to buy into good companies that you know you don't mind holding if the strike price is met. Okay, let me put that out there. And please, when you go with selling puts, make sure you don't sell your puts right before earnings or 20 days before earnings. Give it 30 to 45 days before, just because what happens is that if the stock loses or misses its estimate of profits or revenue, that stock can just drop down and now you will be at a loss. So be careful with that. Okay, let me put that out there before we go into selling puts. So when it comes to selling puts, you have the intention that if the strike price is met, you would buy these stocks at the strike price that you have agreed upon with the buyer of the puts. Okay, remember, when you buy puts, you're buying the rights to sell a stock at a particular price, right? Now when it comes to selling, you are buying the rights to buy a stock at a particular price. Now this works when you have the intention of going with a stock you want at a lesser price and you don't mind holding on to it. So whenever you sell a put, you have an instant premium, but you also have to have a buying power.
Until we
So you always have to have a buying power when selling puts, okay? And you also see your puts increase, your buying power increase if it goes through, because of the premium you're getting instantly, okay? So it gives you an opportunity to raise capital, more capital, just in case the price is met, the strike price. So let's hope that helps with that brief explanation before I go into the demo. Okay, so when it comes to puts, okay, selling puts, okay, I'll go to Webull and show you guys how it's done. So you go to Webull. Okay, so I will do, let's see, I'm going with, what stock do I have? I'll go with HAIRDRESSER. So HAIRDRESSER right now is at $1.260, so it has depreciated because of the market and everything going on. So I'll click on HAIRDRESSER, go to quotes. Okay, remember, when you go to quotes, HAIRDRESSER has options, so you can sell and buy options. Okay, trading. Now the lowest it has here is 2.5. so if I wanted to sell, I am buying the rights, right? I would have gone with something lower, but this is what they have, 2.5. okay, so single option, I want single option. Puts, puts. I don't want calls, I don't want both, I want puts. Okay, now I will click on the strike price of $2.5. okay, I will go to single option up there. Now I will change my long puts to sell puts. Now you see my graph has changed. What it's telling me now is that if it gets to $2.5, I would have that maximum profit that doesn't change, because guess what, I am buying the rights to buy this stock at $2.5, right? Now after the expiration, if this stock goes to $10, then that's good for me, right? Then this, if it goes below the current price that we have today, I will be losing money, because I am buying the rights to buy this stock at 2.5, which is higher than the actual market price currently. You see, so what do? I want this stock. So if I'm to sell, I want it to be on the other side. Okay, so if I click on selling puts, right, I will go to, see, I will instantly get a premium of $115 right now. 400 shares. Remember, it's high because if the stock goes to zero, you still have to buy these shares at $2.5 a share. See why it's very, very scary. Okay, so the buying power used is 135, so you still have to have your buying power, because I don't think you will have someone who will be willing to pay that buying power. And if you want to change your strike price or limit price, this is what you do to get more premium from your buyer. This is what you do. You click, you can increase, see that? You can increase the price of your ask, okay, for premium or advance payment. But remember, if this drops to zero, you still have to pay $2.50 for each of this stock in the contract. That's why it's good. It's a strategy that you should be careful with. Can it be lucrative? Absolutely. But you should be worried, just because if this stock now goes, right now it's at $1, or if it was at $2 and you did the strike price at $2, and then it goes, and then they miss their estimate, and then the stock drops to zero or drops to 1, you still, as the seller of the stock price, have to buy back these shares at $2.50, because the buyer has the right to sell this stock to you back at those prices. This is why this contract is a crazy one, okay? But the good thing is that if you're doing this, I would recommend doing this only when you have it at the back of your mind that I want this stock at a more subsidized rate. So I have this premium, I'll hold it on this side, and if this price gets there, it's okay. I still have this backup to add to my order capital to get it. Okay, so I hope this makes sense in some kind of way. It's a tricky strategy, but it works. So when you do this, is when you want a stock at a subsidized rate, but currently it's not that subsidized for you, but you want an instant premium, an instant capital or advance to hold on the side that you can use to trade to others. You can trade with other stocks until this price that you want suffices. Okay, now let's try a different price, so I'll show you guys what I mean. Let's say for $5, if I do a strike price of $5, right, it says right now the stock is at $1.20, right? Anything below that, I selling would lose money, right? But remember, I have that premium holding on to, but my profit is stagnant. My profit is not going anywhere. It's like I'm taking my profit right there and then, and I don't care about the future growth of this company. okay, right now. I don't mind what I'm holding on to. Now if I do this, see the premium is $360. That's because I also still have to have my buying power on the side. It's not something that you just get all premium and then you don't have a buying power. You have to have a buying power on the side, and then you also get this credits premium right away, okay? Then what happens is that if this stock, God forbid, drops to 1 or 0, you, the seller, sell. You've agreed to buy these stocks back or buy these stocks at $5 per share. Remember, if the current market price has now dropped to $1 before the expiration date, you who sold this still have to buy back at $5. But remember, you also had that $360, right, on the side. So now you have to have your buying power and still. So it's like you, if you do, then if you don't, because if the price is met, the immediate capital you had, premium you had, you have to give it back and pay more to get the stocks. And they may just be $1 at this point, right? The buyer who bought will be the one benefiting from this. So when you're doing this, please remember to do this only when you have it at the back of your mind that if the strike price is met, you don't mind holding on to the stock, because the current value when you buy may now be at a lower value before this contract expires, okay? So see, you are agreeing to buy 100 shares at $5, but right now, guess what? It's $1. So if it drops to 50 cents, you still have to buy it at $5. And that premium, you're like, oh yeah, you have to give it back. So is it fun? I don't think so. Okay, now in order for, if you want this to go through, all you have to do is change it to good till cancel during the weekend, but during the weekdays you change it to the regular and then confirm, and then it goes through. But see, you have to have buying power on the side. You have to have enough buying power as a collateral, just in case, because now you're not having that 140 that you will hold through the period of the contract, and then you now have this premium that is your instant profit. But remember, your profit is not appreciating, your profit is constant, okay? So that's how you do it when it comes to selling puts. This is how you do it. You can increase it to, let's say, this, but this is risky, because if puts, remember, it's when the market is going down. So if the stock is at $10 and then you like, okay, 7.5, right? Imagine what would happen if that stock goes down to 0. You still have to you still have to buy the stock, you the seller, you still, because you bought the rights to buy the stock at this price. So you may shoot yourself in the foot. Just be careful, okay? But if the stock goes to $100, right, before this expires, right, the contract expires, you can still buy this stock at 7.5. See that? So it's a risky situation, but if it works for you, go ahead. So if you want this to go through, you just have to adjust. Are you seeing what's going on? The more the credit increases, the more your buying power should also increase with this option. It's very scary, but does it work? It works. It just, I played safe by selling covered calls and buying puts. I played safe because look at that map there. See, your maximum profit does not appreciate, it's just constant, but you can also lose money, right? Because any further profit after you've sold, after this contract goes through, belongs to you. belongs to the other person. You see, this is scary. So let's now go, let's just try with 2, right? This, what happens, good till cancel, you also have to have a buying power equating. Now how did they measure this? $115 plus $135 will give you $250. It's like you guys are breaking the cost that you've agreed upon at 2.5. okay, that's how they come to this value of $250. So whatever strike price you guys agree upon will be shared into, gives you the seller as your premium to hold on to, and then the buyer will be the one giving you that. Now whatever happens to the price, you still have to buy the stocks back at that price by the time, if you guys get to that strike price in the market. No, if you guys get that strike price, the buyer can always sell it to you at that price, no matter what the market is saying. You guys have agreed upon that price. So it's always good if it's a stock that you don't mind holding, but you want it at a discounted rate or at a lower rate, then it would work for you. But if the price before earnings, if the earnings does not work out, oh honey, you're in danger, because you have to buy this stock at this price, and this price.
Yes, we've had a little incident. Can you send an ambulance to 4352 Seneca?
It doesn't care about what the market value is. You guys have to, this is an agreement you guys have made. So always do this at a time where, always stay away from earnings whenever you do this, okay? I can't wait to see you guys soon in the next video. If you got what I meant about selling puts, let me know in the comments below, and if you don't, type a question and I'll answer it and then break it down for you guys, okay? I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. From Salvia and DAWSON Studios. Woo! Selling puts. Selling puts. I know there are people who love it. Yes, it's just something I would stay away from, just because it's very risky. But it should be mostly for stocks like dividend stocks. This will be amazing. Do this for dividend stocks. If you're selling puts, sell for dividend stocks. Don't do, because dividend stocks, they don't go that, you know, they're almost consistent in a way. Okay, yeah, bye guys.
'Cause I'm loving myself real good.
Did you guys hear that? I'm scared.
In a way that you know.